There's something very relaxing about a campfire. We're in the Arltunga Bush Pub and Eco Retreat campground. It's $20 per person per night. There's no power, but there is water here, brand new toilets and a camp kitchen area. The owners, Belinda and Brad, have got a wonderful vision for this area. They own the old pub as well. They're applying for a new licence and are going to completely renovate it and turn it into a really friendly tourist location. Out from here, there are so many absolutely stunning areas. Arltunga was settled in the late 1890s, following gold strikes in the 1870s. 1877 was the first one, I think. A settlement in the early 1900s sprung up here that was larger than Sturt, aka Alice Springs, back in the day. There was a population of about 300 people here. It was very rough, very hard living, very hard mining, but there was a lot of money made by quite a few lucky miners. There were a lot more miners, however, who died broken-hearted and penniless. The Arltunga Historic Reserve preserves the original Arltunga Government Works Area, which has been classified by the National Trust, I believe. Anyway, it's that sort of a classification. There's been a lot of restoration done. There's excellent interpretive signs, and from the Government Works area, you head east out to the mine sites and other pretty spectacular areas. The countryside is so different to the West MacDonnell Ranges. This is very remote, and there's absolutely no mobile phone here. We have our sat phone, we have a couple of skeds a day, just finishing off a sked now. We haven't heard from anyone, so that's good. We're just going to enjoy this fire and everything that the last night of everything this area has to offer. This is the Arltunga Historic Site. The Visitor Centre has an excellent amount of information about Arltunga and its settlement from the 1860s through to basically its closure at the First World War.
The Assayers was probably the second most senior of the government officials. He might be called a gold chemist. His job was to account for the gold at every stage of the extraction process. His house was a one-room, which was not unusual. What is unusual is the elaborate kitchen at the rear. Notice the Dutch oven stacked with rocks to hold in the heat after the coals were removed.
This is the old blacksmith's residence with his forge just there. Rather grand building is the manager's residence. And so grand, it's got 3 entry doors, 4 or 5 windows and 2 rooms. And a patio, I've just been pointed out. Very nice rear patio. The manager, of course, is the most important person in this government site and in charge of overseeing everything, basically.
From early photographs, it is known that this was the Arltunga post office. The mail run went every 2 weeks between here and Adelaide. If this seems slow, consider supplies came in from the south by camel every 3 months.
This is believed to be a battery worker's hut. Unlike the government officials, the battery workers and other employees would have had to build their own huts, whereas the government employees had their huts built for them. It's a wattle and daub construction, and the bit of information says you can see excellent use of local materials. The floor is in particularly good condition. Quite a few more hut ruins in the area here. This is the Cornish boiler, which provided the steam to run the horizontal steam pump for the battery. This is all that's left of the 10-head stamp battery box, which was built by the government to assist the miners in extracting the gold. Obviously the ore was crushed and the gold was sluiced, and then the gold was extracted using cyanide. Yummy. That's the Star of the North well, which was the second most important of 6 wells sunk in the area. It used to deliver about 8,000 litres of water a day for the Stamper battery. The tank and the windmill were built in the 1950s but were never used. Water. This is the original manager's office and assayer's hut. It's only a few metres from the stamper, and it's said that the ground would shake due to the action of the stamper, and it made it impossible to weigh the miner's gold accurately, and hence the new one was built, which we've shown you already. The other thing was a constant source of dust and noxious fumes from the chemical extraction using cyanide. This room on the end of the assayers and managers' offices was the actual room where the assaying was done. We're just walking up to the old police station, which was the subject of the most complete restoration when this area became a reserve in 1985. This is a jail cell. Oh God, it would have been an absolute sweatbox back in the day. 40+ degree temperatures.
Someone's put days and days.
Oh gosh, look at Karen just saying somebody's scratched in the days they've been in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. They weren't getting out of this in a hurry. A little inspection port, I guess, for food and water, whatever. Ooh!
Hello, Rob. How are you? How's your time in there? Scary?
Yeah, scary.
scary. I don't think
I think I've been in here 45 days from my scratchings.
I think I better let him out. He might get angry. Hang on, hang on. Okay.
This is a 2-stamp battery which was constructed at the police station. It's a privately owned one, as opposed to the 10-stamp over at the main area, which is the government stamper. And check out this old pulley wheel. Splash, 24 metres down, there's water. This is the kangaroo well, which was the most productive well in the area. It's been a really interesting walk through here. Interpretive signage and everything's really very, very well done and is well worth a good look.